Welcome back, boys and girls. Now we're going to talk about the chess pieces and where they go on the board. There are 6 different pieces and they're grouped differently, whether we have 2 of one piece or even 8 of one piece. There are going to be 2 major pieces, the queen and the 2 rooks. So it's a queen and a rook. Those are called major pieces. Now minor pieces are the knights and bishops, and that'll make sense later on. Right now, as you can see where they are, let's clear the board so that we can show you how we set them up and why. The king is the first piece usually on the board, and he's always on the board. You never take the king off of the board. He's in charge. I am the king, and I'm in charge of my kingdom. Leave me on the board, right in the center of the board. The next piece we're going to take out is the rook. Now, some people call this piece a castle. I don't want you to confuse it with another move later called a castle. So this is a rook. You could call it a tower. It looks like a tower. And if I had you build or draw a castle right now, I'm sure you would use one of these pieces in your drawings or buildings. And you'll put it in the corner because you want stability for your castle, just like row castles. The next piece is the knight. The knight rides a horse. And the horse is circling around in the tower, circling around, making sure that no enemies are coming to attack. So they'll go right next to the rooks. The next piece, let's put Our Lady, the most powerful piece on the board. Remember, the king is the most important piece, but the queen is the most powerful. Put her right next to her king. If you're a young lady right now watching the show, ladies, you're queens. But if you're a young man watching this, you're a king. So the queens are the most powerful, but don't worry guys, the kings are the most important because that's going to determine the end of the game, and we'll teach you that later. The next thing we're going to put are the bishops. The bishops go right next to the king and queen because they were advisors to the king and queen. You know, back in those days, the church was heavily involved with the wars and the different battles and things like that. Last but not least, we're going to put the pawns, the little bitty pawns, the seemingly insignificant little pawns, like little minions. But no, don't think that they're insignificant. You'll see. They're very powerful. There's some special things that they can do. We'll learn about later. In fact, there was a guy named Philidor that called the pawns the soul of chess. And the game basically started about 1,500 years ago. That's 1,500 years in Persia or India, somewhere around that area, and came over to Europe and came over to us. No one knows exactly how it started. But hey, we've got the game now. Let's enjoy it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the chessboard.